Hi there, I'm Gabriela Milian, your favorite soft girl, soft lifestyle guide, and today we are going to be covering another feminine archetype, the mother archetype. If you saw my last video, then you saw the breakdown that I gave of the queen archetype, which is the one that our society idolizes, but the mother archetype is the one that really gets things done. So I am in my mother's kitchen that she got renovated last year, and this kitchen is like a girl mother archetype's dream, which my mom is definitely a girl mother archetype. Eventually, I'll talk more about the feminine archetype combos, but today we are just going to cover mother energy. I thought about doing this video out in nature because mother energy is also very related to nature, connecting with nature, Pachamama, Mother Earth. There's already a lot of terms that even have mother in them when it comes to relating to nature. But sometimes, like with audio issues and just like when you're outside, you can't really control what's going on around you. And my mom's kitchen is so beautiful. I was like, I gotta do it here. It makes sense. I'm covering mother energy in my mother's kitchen. She's a girl mother archetype. I will be a mother in about 4 months, so I guess this is my bump check. So I thought that this was the perfect place to film this video. So what does mother energy encompass, and why do I teach these feminine archetypes? I've talked about it before, but I learned these updated feminine archetypes from a femininity coach. I've worked with the original 12 Jungian archetypes plenty of times and worked with it in my own life, and I used to help people with relationship coaching and hypnotherapy years ago. But now I am getting ready to be the baby manager, which means that I need to develop a lot more mother energy, because mother energy is not my natural archetype. It is not an energy that comes naturally to me. There are different ways and reasons why, no matter what your natural feminine archetype combo is, which if you want to learn more about that, you can come to my workshops and I can help you figure out what your natural archetype energy is as a woman. Even if you're not naturally a mother archetype, it is still important to learn how to incorporate healthy mother energy within your life so that you can be a well-rounded woman. So, what does mother energy encompass? Mother archetypes are usually the best at managing resources. This is why oftentimes mother energy is associated with nature, like Pachamama, Mother Earth, because if you are a woman who is living in line with nature, that means that you know how to use your resources properly. And most natural mother archetypes are the feminine archetypes that know how to manage resources the best out of all of the feminine archetypes. So the example I wanted to give of Marie Kondo, in her book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, she talks about how many people, because our society idolizes queen energy, she doesn't talk about queen energy, but I'm just kind of explaining why. Many people try to push more, achieve more, get more. The issue though is they're not managing the resources they already have. And if you're not managing the resources you already have and push more, you end up depleting your energy more, and you end up depleting the energetic abundance that you're able to attract. So she gave this example of, because if you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she became super popular in the United States because of her Netflix show, where she essentially helped Americans tidy up their space based off of her method. Her method is very in line with Buddhism, Japanese Buddhism, which is something that she practices, and she's a very spiritual lady. She is from Japan, and before she had her hit Netflix show here in the United States, she was also a TV personality in Japan, and she had started her own business where she was helping other people in Japan, in Tokyo in particular, tidy their spaces so that they could live more energetically, efficiently, abundantly, and have happy lives. She says that You want to surround yourself with things that spark joy, and you don't want to have a lot of items in your house because it will clog your energetic space, especially because a lot of the things that we just have laying around don't really spark joy in our lives. We just kind of might hoard onto certain things because we think we might need it one day, even though we never use it or rarely use it. So she was giving this example of how many of her clients would say, you know what, I'll wait to tidy that room or tidy that until we move to our next place, until we move to our dream house. Or that was kind of the mentality that a lot of people had that she noticed. And in her practice, what she realized was that oftentimes when people managed the resources and tidied their current home, they were in an energetic space where they were managing their current resources well, that kind of put out into the universe, I'm now ready for my dream home because I'm managing this home well. So that's why I tell a lot of people, because our society idolizes queen energy more than the other feminine archetypes, a lot of times people try to achieve more, push more, get more when they're not managing the resources that they already have. And when you don't manage the resources you already have and push more, you actually end up depleting your energy even more. So that was a concept I learned from Marie Kondo, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense even in my own life. So other healthy qualities of a healthy mother archetype is they're usually great planners. They are very, very organized. Again, that's part of what helps them manage their resources well. They are usually the best at disciplining children and child rearing and raising children. See, me, because I'm naturally more of a lover archetypes are very childlike and they can relate to children very easily, but we're not the best disciplinarians. So it's good to develop a certain level of healthy mother energy so that by the time you have kids, these kids won't be walking all over you. So some unhealthy qualities though of mother energy is mother energy is also related to our need to preserve, our preservation mode. This is natural, a part of natural human evolution. And so that's why I can tell when I'm in someone's space, whether it's their house, whether it's their car, or even like an office space, if they are exhibiting, especially a woman, if a woman is exhibiting healthy mother energy, because they're not gonna have a lot of stuff. It's going to be very minimalistic and not have a lot of clutter. But sometimes when people are experiencing unhealthy mother energy, they will start to pack rat and they'll start to hoard because their preservation mode is on overdrive. And that's one of the unhealthy qualities of mother energy. If you are holding on to a lot of stuff and if you are surrounded by things that do not spark joy, you are living in unhealthy mother energy. And I've even noticed too that a lot of women that experience unhealthy mother energy, they will try to overly control things because they're so good inherently at planning and organizing and managing resources. Sometimes that part of them can also go on overdrive where they try to over control situations, especially when they're not in the place where they're ready to start taking certain steps. For example, I know a few family members or even friends who they will, just because a store is closing down, they will go and buy a bunch of things for their future home or their future lifestyle that they eventually want to have just because a store is closing down. But they are not in the current position, in the current place to actually hold on to those things. And then they actually end up depleting resources even more because now they're putting things in storage or they're putting things in their garage or in other places when that's actually clogging your energetic space. And it's actually slowing down the process to reach that true abundance, to reach that future dream lifestyle. First, you have to prove to yourself energetically that you can manage the resources you already have. And usually that's a sign of unhealthy mother energy because it's a sign of you want to control things before they even get there. A lot of people logically will think, because logically it makes sense, like, oh, this store is closing down. I'm gonna need these things eventually. So why don't I just buy all of them now, especially if a store is closing down, they're going on sale. The issue is, yeah, things might make sense logically, but that's not how nature works. That's not how energy works. That's not how the universe works. Also, sales hold not the best energetic charge. And we can maybe talk about that in another video. Isn't this cute? My mom has these like glass. This is such a mother archetype thing to do. She has these glass water bottles ready to go because her water filter is over here. So if she wants some cold water, she puts them in these glass containers, which I have the cap kind of hiding here. And it's in there. So that's what I'm drinking right now because it is so hot outside. What are some other healthy qualities of mother archetypes? They're usually very careful. They're usually very organized, which I kind of talked about earlier. They're usually the best cooks. That's why me doing the mother archetype in such a girl mother archetype kitchen just made sense because they're usually very great cooks. They're great homemakers. That's something usually girl mother archetypes, especially, not so much queen mother archetypes, but girl mothers are usually much more introspective and on the more shy side. So they're not super extroverted. They're probably not putting out videos like this all the time. They're more to themselves. So being at home and having a very tranquil space at home where they can just relax and go more inward is much more natural for natural mother archetypes. They're usually the first ones in their friend groups or even in their family system to incorporate a spiritual practice or to have spirituality be a big part of their life because they're naturally more introspective. And a lot of spiritual practices, especially in the Eastern beliefs, have introspective practices like meditation, and that usually comes a little bit more easily to a mother archetype than it would for someone like me who has a lot more lover energy. So another unhealthy quality of the mother archetype is most mother archetypes usually get stuck in their comfort zone the most out of all of the feminine archetypes. The reason why is because they are naturally more to themselves. They don't really like going out as much. They don't really like interacting with lots of people. Most, especially girl mother archetypes that I meet, would rather just stay at home, taking care of their family, cooking meals, just doing very chill, relaxing things. And they don't necessarily want to be like partying and interacting with people all the time and doing like these crazy activities where some of the other feminine archetypes are a little bit more outgoing, but mother archetypes, especially girl mother archetypes, not so much. So because of that lack of an outgoing nature, they usually get stuck in their comfort zone the most out of all of the other feminine archetypes, which is why there is a certain masculine archetype that is very helpful to them within relationships, which we'll talk about in other videos, that usually pushes them out of their comfort zone and helps them to grow, because ultimately marriage, the number one reason for marriage is for growth. There's a lot of other ways that natural mother archetypes can be pushed more out of their comfort zone, whether it's because of the types of parents they were raised by, their siblings, their friends. Usually, I've noticed that if there is a group of 4 girlfriends that hang out all the time, we could even use the ladies from Sex and the City, there's usually one of each feminine archetype combo. And for the mother archetypes, especially the girl mother archetype, usually the other feminine archetype combos are able to push that mother archetype out of her comfort zone to realize that she might be stuck because she's not naturally as extroverted and as outgoing as the other ladies. So no matter what your natural feminine archetype combo is, it is still important to learn how to incorporate healthy mother energy into your life in an authentic way. So before, I think I was incorporating mother energy in an unhealthy way because I was going after activities and taking care of other people, and I really didn't feel comfortable doing that. It wasn't something that came natural to me, where I started to realize that, okay, a way to incorporate more healthy mother energy for myself, for example, that might be a little bit more natural to me is connecting more with nature. So what I did, especially because I wanted to better my health in particular, is I took an herbalism course in 2021 and became a certified herbalist. And my main goal was, yes, to help better my health through natural herbs and remedies and to help other women as well. But I also knew that I was pursuing herbalism so that I would incorporate and to build more healthy mother energy. And that was a much more interesting way for me to go about it than maybe some other mother activities that aren't as fun for me. So herbalism, I started incorporating that. I started cooking much more at home. I started going out in nature a lot more. I started building a more consistent spiritual practice, which I think is good for everyone. But those are very mother energy activities that I think helped me build my mother energy in a healthy and authentic way. For someone else, maybe it's taking cooking classes. Maybe it's learning how to sew. Maybe it's learning how to do pottery. You know, a lot of arts and crafts can be kind of a mixture of both mother and lover energy. Maybe it's growing a garden. That is something that I would eventually like to do, but just in the apartment that I'm living in right now, it's not the most comfortable. So maybe that's something that you're able to do right now and that brings you joy. Even if you're not naturally a mother archetype, which I know lots of natural mother archetypes that love to garden, even if you're not naturally a mother archetype, that could be an activity that you enjoy that could help you build more mother energy. So from my own mother's very mother archetype dream kitchen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Follow me on social media at the Gabriela Milian or at the Life Pivot on Instagram, or come to one of my workshops and we could talk more about this and help you learn how to build a schedule based off of your natural archetype energy and to find ways to build the other feminine archetype energies in a way that is healthy and authentic to you. I'll see you in the next videos.